Battle after battle, test after test, challenge after challenge, you have shown up and showed out. Never wavering, never giving up, being pushed, being pulled, but never falling, never bending nor breaking. See, your success will never be seen by those who have been watching you. And those who have not been paying enough attention to you will soon notice that there's something different about you. I know it's somebody out there right now that's battling some things that they don't want to battle. There's somebody out there right now who feels very close to the edge. But let me be the first to tell you that there is nothing on this planet greater than you. You're special. You're different. You're built for it. And even though you may be weary and tired at times, you're unbound. I know that it gets a little hard. And if that be the case, then reach out and get help. 3 simple numbers, 988, can save your life. If that's just something that's too much to remember, 911 can even do better. So I'm asking you to make a decision that you can live with. Make a decision that your family and friends and everyone who care about you can live with. And stay. Because tomorrow needs you. Now let's talk football. Pride Nation, I'm back at it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's game day. Guess what today is, people? God, it's been a long time and a lot has happened. My excitement may be a little extra because football is back and I've been dying to get at this. Um, oh my God. Listen, people, if you in the building, I just need some type of emoji. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? Just show me some love. People, let me give you a quick update. Obviously, I had plans to do more in the offseason. I absolutely did. But in that time, I welcome a healthy 9-pound, 1-ounce baby boy. And shout out to my wife because she handled that thing like a champ. I mean, I saw things that I don't know if I want to see again. But, even though it was my 3rd time seeing it didn't quite get any better for me. But because she handled it so well, kudos to you, sweetheart. You are truly amazing, and I so much appreciate you for what you do for this family. But yeah, that's where I've been, people. I've been dad all over again. And on top of that, I've been working on getting myself in a position to help people even further. So I've been all over the place, but this is about football, people. And I am excited to talk about it. Today is game day. The Lions preseason week 1 versus the New York Giants. I'm all about it. I'm all here for it. And then also after this, I will be going live after the game. So you're getting a 2-for-1 for me being back. So off rip, hope y'all like the new introduction. I changed it up. You know what I mean? Changed it up just a little bit. Worked on that thing and thought I was going to be able to do it a little bit better. But hey, I hope y'all liked it. And I'm going to get into this thing, people. Let's get it. Let me see who's in the building with me because, this is nothing without you. We are one pride for a reason. And there's a reason why this community continues to grow. So we got my man Looney Tune in the building. All right. We got Lions bad guy. I feel like he changed your name a few times. But my man John Kapler is in the bit. He says, I'm an hour early and I don't care what's going on. The Lions fans. Hello, Looney Tune. I see you. Yeah, that's what's up. Giovanni Lions in the building. Detroit D says, about damn time, my guy. My bad. I was out here being a parent. My bad. I guess one funky Lion fan is in the building. 1991 Max Stagg is in the building. I'm finna try not to stir the pot, but it's some stuff that's been bothering me. Gotta get it in. Friendly neighborhood Lion fan is in the building. We got my man Anthony from Royal Lions UK says, Luke, my better looking twin. Hope the family and newborn are well and hope you're keeping out of trouble. Both signs still in light. Connor Hey, I'm finna have some fun, man. It's been a long time, so I can't say it enough. Joe Lewis 313 is in the building. Says Luke just blessed my day. I was doing schoolwork and seeing Luke live. Boy, I closed my laptop so quick, I think I cracked my screen. Hey, brother, hey, try to do both. Multitask, baby. I know you got it. Giovanni Lyons, the dark horse, Luke G is here. My man Makai Holt's in the building. Can is in the building. Dat Fan Man is in the building. Billy Venables in the building. Make sure I ain't forgetting nobody, man. I want to make sure I hit everybody. My man Chrome is in the building. Chopper Trav is in the building. Old Timer Dave. Shout out to my man Old Timer Dave. Dave, I hope you're doing well, brother. I need to get you on the show because we got some stuff to talk about for real. And if you don't know, Old Timer Dave is a Packers fan, but he rocks with your boy, and I rocks with him. Who else we got up in the building, man? I'll make sure I'm forgetting nobody. My man Barbarian Line 01 says, where have you been? I'm a new father all over again for the third time. 3 boys, man. I got tried for that girl and just I don't know. It just ain't clicking. Sky Guy's in the building. Detroit Fan Report is in the building. What up, though? That's my man Bandit. If you don't know, you know what's going on there. Let me get right into it right off the back, man. Detroit Lions offseason has been one of the strangest offseasons I've ever seen for this fact and this fact alone. Expectations are a thing now. Whereas in the past, people's expectations was either expect to get this amount of wins and just be mad, or expectations were supposed to be this and be okay. But expectations now say you have to either be Super Bowl or bust, or at the very least NFC Championship, and you must still win the division. And I'm not mad at any Lions fan who holds that standard. But on top of that, there are some things in this offseason that left me wondering what's next. And I'm going to hit on each one of those things, starting up with the first thing. Stay with me and see if you can follow me on this, okay? And I'm not going to talk about the offseason too much because I do want to talk about the game as well. Just FYI, I have been to a number of practices. Shout out to one of my good friends who got me some VIP action. So, hey, that was different. But let me point this out. Stay with me now. Batman has Robin, right? Just want you to point this out. Peter Pan has Tinkerbell, right? Superman has Crypto, right? Iron Man has every Avenger you can think of, right? You may be wondering, why am I naming these things? Who is the realistic running mate heading into this season with Aiden Hutchinson? And the reality is, it's still undefined. And no matter how much we try to downplay it, that falls on the shoulder of one guy. And I hope that don't come back to bite us in the butt. What's even more scary is you lose Kaminsky to an MCL injury, which now makes me go, okay. But I can tell you this much. The dark horse person to be that running mate may be an unlikely person that I even saw being the person. And that's the rookie. That's the rookie out of LSU. I went to these practices. I saw him doing some things with his hands, and I'm like, you don't usually see that. But we're going to need him to be on deck. We're going to need Betts to be on deck. We're going to need James Houston to be on deck, because right now we're searching for Batman's Robin. We're searching for it. I also was a little concerned when looking at the linebacking core, but then I went to practice, and a lot of those concerns went out the door. I wasn't so concerned about who's going to be the linebackers. I was concerned at a particular backup linebacker, but it is what it is. But the person who stood out to me the most was Jack Campbell. I mean, every freaking play he was in on it. He was in on it. I'm not shocked about the talks or the conversations that came out when it pertains to the offense being ahead of the defense. It has always been that way. It will stay that way. The NFL is moving in that way. Okay. And that is the reality of it. It has always been going down like that. That's what it is. All right. Now, again, I'm rattling through all these quick notes because I want to hit on this before I get to the game. Other news came out that ticked me off more than anything was how fast the media has turned on Hendon Hooker. And I mean, it ain't just the media. Some fans have done the same thing. They have completely turned on Hendon Hooker. I'm seeing articles say stuff like Nate Stubblefield is looking like the better of the two for the backup quarterback spot. And in my head, I'm screaming, this got to be cap. There is no way you expect me to believe that. So I go to the practices, and I'm going to be honest with you. Many of the practices that they allow us to go to, I saw him throw at least, Hendon Hooker that is, I saw him throw at least 2 interceptions in there. But there was always one thing I noticed. He was always doing it with the second or third strings. That's one. 2, I've noticed that one of them would be just a good play by the defense, which is good news for us who want to see the defense improve. And one will always just be a bad pass. But I also noticed how they scripted a lot of the things that he was doing that was a little bit different than what they scripted for the number ones. Because while we were out there observing them, it felt like they were trying to get oohs and ahs from the crowd. And they were calling things that I know that they're not going to do in the game. All them deep passes that they was calling, they're not doing that in the game. That was to get oohs and ahs and claps from the crowd. And I'm like, okay, cool. Politics. What's wrong with that? But it drove me crazy as I sat here and I listened to people in my circle, in the media, talk so poorly about Hendon Hooker. It drove me nuts. Why? I'm just going to break it down to you. This is coming from a guy who watch and pay attention to things when it comes to our fans. Our same fans were all happy to wait for J-Mo to get better. They always have, let him heal up, right? Let him heal up. There were people in the YouTube world and in media and fans who really believe in Marcus Davenport. They really believe in that. There were people who were champion for us trading up to take a project offensive lineman because he was big as hell. There were people doing that. And guess what? It drove me crazy at how patient they were with that and not at how patient they should have been with this guy. The quarterback in itself, automatically, even if he was healthy, would have needed some time to work out some kinks. This has been the same thing with Jordan Love. This has been the same thing with Patrick Mahomes, and the list goes on and on and on. But now all of a sudden it's our guy, and now we talking about Nate Stubblefield. We talking about trade for Tyler Heineke and stuff like that. We talking about all this other stuff. When the fact of the matter is, you as a Lion fan need to be praying that he not only lights up tonight's game, but he lights up every preseason game that he's going to be in if you care anything about trade value or trade bait or conversations to make people uncomfortable. You need him to be good. Not only for that reason, but for the fact that if something happens to our starter, you at least feel good that he's coming in. And if he stinks, then you need to be trying to figure out, okay, what was you really looking at? But the patience was not there in the way that I thought that it should have been. It lacked on so many levels. And guess what else I noticed? I noticed that in practice, when they were calling the plays and stuff with the ones, we ran the ball, it seems like at at a higher rate than we passed. It was still balanced, but we still ran more than we passed. And with him, we passed more than we ran. And that's cool. Because when you get that, that's what you want to see. But I can tell you this right now, that for tonight's game, and that's where I'm leading this into. For tonight's game, based on the practices that I saw, the things that I saw, I can tell you this right now. The practices that I saw, Ray Shaw looked like the better of the two rookie cornerbacks. From what I saw, he looked like the better of the two. All right. And guess what? I'm stoked for tonight because this right here is live fire. It's live fire for not only those guys who's trying to make the team, but it's live fire for those guys that the media and people have turned on. Like, seriously. Welcome, brother. Glad to see you in the building. He says, saw you from JT Sports. Hey, appreciate it, bro. I'm just gonna tell the truth though. So tonight's game, what should you as a fan be looking for? What should you as a fan be trying to put the Hawkeye look glasses on and spot? First thing first, you want to spot is the improvements at the receiver position. Amon-Ra ain't playing. I would be surprised if J-Mo play. All those other guys who are trying to fight for receiver number 3, look for that. Look for who's going to be the guy to take the reins of that. The coach has been critical of Donovan Peoples-Jones, and I think it's just a coaching moment. I think he figures if I do this, he'll hear me loud and clear when I'm calling them out. I expect big things of you. Look for that. Look for who's going to emerge as a threat of any quality on the D-line, because guess what? We need somebody to emerge. The same way Bane told Batman, I was born in the dark. You merely adopted it. We need somebody to rise up like Bane. They need to show up and show out. That needs to happen. We need to see the guy that everybody says is a utility weapon in Vikey show up and show out and show some value. Notice I haven't even got to the defense yet. And the reason I did that is because I honestly believe that what we need to see from the defense is not what should have been talked about in the media. And it's not what's being talked about in the media, but what is being pushed as a different narrative. Okay? So off rip, this is where we have to start to look at those things on offense. And most importantly, how does Hendon Hooker respond in today's game to all the criticisms? What mistakes are he making? Are they technical things where it's footwork? Are they mental things where he's not seeing certain things? Is the ball coming out with enough speed and power? Is he making the right decisions? Is he finding the right open receivers? Are the receivers actually freaking open? All these little things you got to pay attention to, because I'm going to be focused tonight. I got to do a show after this, right? I got to do a show after this. But all these things you got to focus in on tonight. Now, here's another part that I want you to look at, because this is going to be another telltale sign for us. And this is the defensive side of the ball, because we know we need somebody to emerge. But the other issue is how do the rookies respond to this? You know those guys we took in the first and second round? How do those guys respond to tonight's game? You on the road. Everybody's seen the fight. If you ain't seen the fight, I don't know where you been. I don't know where you been if you ain't seen the fight. They fans feel like, oh yeah, we about that life. We ready. Even though from my point of view, we won the matchup in the rap and the fight. But I'm pointing out to the people, how do your secondary respond? Because it's bigger than you think when it comes to this. We all know that Iffy and Brian Branch is expected to be your safeties. Who are those guys behind them? How do they perform? Branch is coming off an injury. Iffy, I'm iffy on still. I think he had a good little spark, but I'm iffy on him still. Especially when I can't tell you who's robbing the Batman right now. Okay. Now, off rip, we need to see how they rise up. More importantly, I want you to pay attention to this one note and this one note alone, because this, when it comes to the defense, is the thing that we're going to overlook, and in my opinion. It is not about the scores or anything like that, but it's about the level of aggression in a preseason game from the guys who think they got a chance to make the team. Let me bring it back a little bit. It's the level of aggression from the people who think they got a chance to make the team. We know that people like Wingo got a chance to make the team. I need to see some high level aggression if you play today. I need to see it. I want to see receivers getting jammed at the line of the scrimmage. I want to see it. I want to see sound tackling. I want to see my safeties making it to where my cornerbacks are free to play the ball. I want to see my linebackers filling gaps and my D linemen maintaining gap discipline. I want to see my defensive ends and edge rushers actually rush the damn edge, because Aiden Hutchinson ain't playing today. You're going to get playing time. This is your time to shine. This is your moment. This is where you earn your bread at. This is the game where somebody opposite of them is trying to make sure that they don't make the team. This is where we separate the weak from the strong, the willing from the unwilling. And the first thing I want to see is your aggression. If you miss a tackle, but it was aggressive, I can forgive you. If you miss a tackle and you go, oh, I can't forgive you. You got to go. I don't care where we drafted you at. The standard is too damn high now. You remember when they were saying the rent's too damn high? The standard is too damn high for me to take less with this team. I expect so much more from this team. And that's what we need to see. I need to see people performing at an aggressive level. And on top of that, I want y'all to pay attention to this. Look at the play calls that they're going to call. And when I mean look at it, I don't mean like just looking at like pass to run. No, that's real. That's simple. How many deep passes they call? I want you to track, because I'm going to come back. I'm going to ask y'all, how many passes did they throw that went over 20 yards? How many? How many times they go deep? Because in practice, it was happening a whole lot. It was happening a whole lot in practice where they were going for over the deep ball 20 all the time. I want to see that same thing occur at a level unlike no other. I want to see that. I want to see them be able to perform at that level. Now, before I go a little bit further, I got to thank my sponsor, because, hey, I'm doing this because I got a sponsor, people. And that sponsor is Man Hour. That's my man Buck over there. If you look in my description, he has started a whole NFL football community. He has a forum that he just created. It's in the description. Check it out. It's brand new. You can be one of the newest members of it and be a part of the conversation there. Show us some love. Again, this is brought to you by Man Hour. So now I gave you what I expect to see out of this game. All right. Let me get through all the politics, the BS, the fluff. All right. I already know that we're gonna be looking at the rookies. Everybody's gonna be looking at them. But shout out to my man Ronan99, because he makes a very good point by bringing up one particular name, especially since I think he was going to be cut or traded had Kaminsky not got hurt, and that's Levi Onwuzurike. All right. This guy right here, of all the players that's going to be on the field today, and I know he's going to play. My soul said he's going to play. My spirit said he's going to play. Of all the players on the field today, he has got to be the one to make it look like he do not belong out there with the twos. He has to. If he ever wants to show any level of value, any level of need to stay on this roster, he must make these other people who are probably number 2 on the Giants look like they deserve to be third string. He has to pop off the screen. Because I watched a few joint practices via, the internet. Everything is out there. And I saw Lee McNeil dog walk them linemen. I saw it. I'm drawing a blank on the other little detail. I think he like 61, I want to say it was. It started with an A. It's going to come to me in a minute. I saw him dog walk somebody down. But I saw some players where I'm like, Levi, bro, you can't be up there playing with these people. You can't be up here playing with of anybody. You would took it in the second round. People had high expectations for you. You're supposed to be healed up. Speaking of injuries, I remember when people were celebrating. Well, we brought back C.J. Mosley. Oh, we brought back Mosley. Why? Back hurt again, and it's unfortunate. I'm more hurt about Cominsky being out than Mosley. He should have never been brought back. And I agree with you on this, Chopper Trail. You're right. Houston should stand out today because he's going to get some playing time. But I'm going to tell you what Houston going to do. He's not going to go full tilter. You know why? Because I think he's expected to be a significant role player. Not from what I've seen from practice. I'm just speaking on what I saw from practice. My man, John Kaplan, you moving faster than I can keep up, but you're right. Another person that needs to stand out today and show a large chunk of progression is Broderick Martin. Remember, he slimmed down, they said. He's toned up and slimmed down and ready to rock and roll. I went to practice. I'm going to tell you right now, I never noticed him. I watched him like a hawk. I never noticed him. He got washed out many plays. There was one play I'll never forget. That was on the practice. I want to say it was last Friday where he was able to at least hold his position. But that run that broke was so damn long, it didn't even matter. He was more so a pole for them to lean up against, and that's not enough. Dexter Lawrence, I don't expect him to play. He's coming off a quad injury. They want to get him some reps. I would be surprised if he plays. I just would. That fan man says, if Ziller knows his shit and Levi is really a future $20 million D tackle, then Levi should be out there looking like a game MVP. And he has to. He has to. But more importantly, who I do think is going to get some reps because he's shown that he's doing is Jack Campbell. Now, I can tell you, Jack Campbell and watching Derek Burns, both of them in practice, has been a freaking joy. My man Matt Walker Jr. said, man, you've been gone so long. I almost forgot you had a YouTube channel. My bro, listen, I had another baby, y'all. Hey, listen, all my kids was born late. I just knew I had some more time. Not this one, not this third one. He was like, nah, I think I'm a little bit ready. I was like, oh, man, things happen quick. And so I've been out here being dad, man. You got to give all them that attention. I've done a lot of things and I've been busy, people. I promise you I've been busy, but I'm back. So my goal is to do this at least live stream at least 3 times a week. More when it's, when we get into the regular season, and then give y'all like little snippet videos in between. That's the plan. Now, my man's over here said he wanted to see Jack Bates. I can tell you from what I saw in practice, I've seen him miss a lot of kicks. Again, people, do not overblow this, okay? Do not overblow this because it is what it is. All right? Do not overblow this. I saw him miss a lot of kicks. Ironically, they were extra point distance. And there was a few of them that was like maybe 45 or whatever. But I think what's happening is he's in his head because it's like, I'm in the NFL. I think once he settles in, he'll be just fine. Does Stephen Gilmore show up? A spot is now open. He showed up in practice, but I've seen Vildor, ironically, make more plays so far than what I've seen from Gilmore. Like I've seen Vildor like get a few interceptions. I'm like, oh damn, and he out there scrapping. But we can't forget that another guy who's going to probably get a lot of playing time today is Amik Robertson, right? So he's got and again, I like what I saw out of him too and his aggression, but he's another one of those guys that's got to have it. All right. Levi better smash people today. Congrats on the new baby. Appreciate it. Dose of good win said, I just got my first kid. I know the feeling. Hey, congratulations to you too, sir. Congratulations to you too. Yeah, listen, let me tell you, and this listen, this is my third. To the people who went above 3 and 4, hit me up in the DMs. I got questions. I thought I was more prepared than this. I'm realizing that every kid you have becomes so much more different than the last that it's really just a whole new learning curve. This baby refused to lay on his back stomach. He just needs to be on his side. That's all he wants. He's like, nah, let me get over here. You can swaddle him. He gonna find a way to get to his side. I ain't mad at it. But congrats to you as well, sir. Does the new baby have Lions gear already? Man, absolutely. Stop playing with me now. Come on now. You gotta get them young, indoctrinate them. Shout out to the new dad. Appreciate you, Ronan99. It says Jack Bate was in the NFL before everyone keeps calling him a rookie. He's not a rookie. He's a rookie at this point. I'm gonna tell you why he would be considered a rookie for me. People can come into the NFL, right? Just because you come into the NFL does not mean you're an NFL player in most cases, right? So say for example, he come into it. If he's had no real valuable playing time, there was no real expectation for him to be something, I could understand why some people will falter out and never be heard from again. He joined a team where people seen him kick a 65-yard field goal in they already NFL team stadium and needs him to be that guy. And the universe, ironically, was like, hey, we're going to throw you a bone because Bagley needs to go have a seat. And Bagley gets hurt and is out, so the opportunity is now for him to take the reins. This is real for him. The expectation for a kicker is real. It's why it's being brought up. Now, hold on. We got to go back. Hold on. Wait a minute. I said anybody over that number of 3 and 4 need to talk to me. My man Bandit says, I got 8 kids. Help me. 4 blood, 4 steps, 7. Oh, my Jesus. Oh, my God. Let me tell you, the 2 oldest ones I got right now, they out eating me, and it's impressive. It's very impressive, man. God bless you. Putting it out there. My man Matt Walker Jr. says, good to hear from you, though, but I want to see Wingo, Rakestraw, and Arnold. I mean, everybody's going to look at the rookies, but there's some veterans out there fighting for spots. And they have to perform. They have to. Even the guy that we drafted, Sorsdale, I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. Damn it, I'm back at the old antics. Even Sorsdale has to show some new fight in him. He has to, because the reality of it is each one of these people who are fighting for a spot, I'm only looking for aggression. Did it look like you wanted it more than them? My ass is more ready for this game than they probably is, to be honest with you. I want more. I expect to see some things today that lets me know, okay, cool. And does it mean anything on the season? No, I'm looking for smaller things. I'm not looking for the score. I'm not looking for how to drive this thing. I'm looking at each individual opponent. This is not your teammate. You do not got to go half tilt. How bad you want it? If you're not a starter and you out there, because essentially that's what it is, it's second and third string guys. If you're not a starter and you out there, how bad you want it? How bad do you want it? Because if you don't want it bad enough, then I don't want you on this team anyway. So I'm going to snuff you out. I'm going to figure it out before we even get any further. That's the reality of it. And so I'm looking at that, but I'm also looking at the Giants real close. Because guess what? If there are certain veterans that they're playing in this game, I'm saying to myself, oh, they ain't established themselves. And I'm gonna be honest with you. You may be interested in some of them guys, but I'm still having the same standard. How bad you want it? Are you out there giving it your all, or are you going through the motions because you think you made your spot in the second string? I'm looking for the small things. I'm looking for tempo. I'm looking for aggression. I'm looking for technique. I'm looking to see who's trying to stand out from the group. I need Antoine Green to remind people that he's still on the team. I need that. I need that. I need tight end number 2 and 3 to make it hard on them. I need that. That's what I need. I need Newman, the Lions' new linebacker, and Malik Jefferson, another new linebacker, to show that they have some form of value to be on this team. And when you think about it, your linebackers is Alex, Jack, right? You got Derek, Rodrigo. That to me tells me you got at least 2 more spots. Who won it? Oh, don't let me forget Jalen Reeves-Maybin. So 1 spot. Who won it? I want to see who got the dog in them this time. Standards is high. Standards is high. Things have changed, and the season has rolled around in such a way that allows for us to now question and ask questions about the things that we want to see. And all the things that's been posted out there in the media and with people saying stuff like, oh, this person ain't doing this and this person ain't doing that. All those people who do that, I want you to be reminded of one thing and one thing only, okay? That those stories are in practice. Not a game, practice. Yeah, that's an AI reference. Because I need to see it come up. So I tell you this right now. I've played with people who, as a practice person, was horrible. Absolutely hot garbage. Horrible. When it came time for the game, it was lights out. I want those guys. Now, I just dropped the link in the chat for those who want to join me and talk some ball about today. Feel free to do so. The link is in the chat. That's for any person. All you need is a smartphone, an internet connection, and a microphone. That's it. Nothing much. All right. And we get in talking ball. Now, I also want to point this out too, because one of the other things that stood out to me in practice was J-Mo. J-Mo was torching the hell out of Terrion. And some of it was like coverage breakdown. I get it. But what I saw was a guy that I'm like, dude, we got to do something about keeping up step to step. Rakestraw showed very good technique. But Terrion, to me, where he kind of won me over was his recovery speed is weird. There's a few times he got dusted, but he still gained enough ground to get back within the play. So them balls still got to be on point. No diddy. Got to be careful these days. You know what I'm saying? So off rip, you got to have that. All right. And then on top of that, you have to look at this. Dan Campbell has made it clear this year. He's made it clear this year what his slogan is, what he expects. And I, for one, have no issues with it because guess what? It is different. It is different. It is necessary. And it is what we need to hear. Now, the thing that I want to point out is the Lions announced that they will be debuting their 3-1-3 uniforms against the Giants today. Them some sweet uniforms. I expect people to feel good. They what Deion say, when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. When you play good, they pay good. I need somebody to earn some money today. Also, if the Detroit Lions get some interceptions in this game, and they need to, guess who get free fries from McDonald's? We do. Just want to put the little quick notes out there. All right. Get to see New Jersey today. They get an interception. We all get free McDonald's. I think last year was Big Macs. Show you how much McDonald's don't went down. They like, shit, yeah, there's too many things happening. Get them some fries. Cheaper cost. But at the end of the day, man, we about to see some stuff, boy. Let me tell you. We about to see some stuff tonight that's gonna look sloppy, uncomfortable, and strange. And all you need to know is, was it aggressive? And if the answer was nope, then that player don't need to be on the team. Let me also point this out too. Pause. No, Diddy. You gotta be careful, man. You can't just be saying stuff these days. Let me also point this out to you too. All right. The Lions' backup offensive line. Okay. The Lions' backup offensive line is going to get tested because I've seen some of them backups for the Giants, and I'm like, yeah, they were doing okay. So that's another one of those points of contention when looking at looking at your team's ability to get better. Go into this with very low expectations. They got to still knock off rust. These are people whose senses are going to be heightened, blood pressure is going to be heightened because they're fighting for a spot. Some of these people ain't got no plan B. Ain't got no second job. They ain't working nowhere part-time. This is where they earn a paycheck. They got kids. They got girlfriends. They got wives. They got people who have given up money for them to be there. Expect to see some sloppy football. But is it sloppy and aggressive? That's what makes it look nice. We got the first guest coming in. I'm gonna bring them on in because, like I said, this is a show for the people. People get to join me and talk ball. Even if you are not a fan of the Lions, I bring you on. We talk ball. It's not like I'm afraid to talk ball. I'm with it. My first guest is John Kapler. Mr. John, what up, though?
What's going on, Luke? Long time got it. It's good to hear your voice. Congratulations on the baby, my man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I don't know if I'm gonna stop here or not. Bandit got me wondering if I can catch him. I don't know.
I don't know if you want to catch him. Holy cow, that is a lot of family. That is a lot of mouths to feed. That is a lot of food and a lot of diapers.
Yeah, I see now. I got to be careful with my words. Looney Tunes says, "Luke, who don't like sloppy in the grass?" I'm just saying, just got to get it back on track. I'm sorry, my bad. John, talk to me, man. What are you looking for in tonight's game?
Like I said in my one comment, I need to see Levi Onwuzurike, your favorite pronunciation, to look like a Group B rally car driven like Colin McRae. And if you don't know, go look up Colin McRae, go look up Group B. Insane driver, insane machines. I need to see him out there like trying to kill other people, trying to kill himself, not giving a damn if he breaks his neck and his head falls off. He's still going to play. I need to see that against whoever and everybody that he plays.
And on top of that, on top of being able to see that, you got to ask yourself this too. You should be able to see significant improvement from his game from when he first got to us. Granted, he got hurt, right? He came in hurt. He had those injuries and stuff. But you should see a significant improvement between now and then. I mean, at some point,
third year.
Yeah, I mean, just saying, something got to give, right?
Yep.
And the universe is working in his favor too, because guess what? The first thing that happened was Kaminsky goes down. Everybody before that just felt that Onwuzurike was gone. At best, would be a practice squad.
No, I did too. I was like, he out. Goodbye. See you later. Broken neck.
Yeah, like so So it's one of them things. But I still got concerns with some of our injuries because DJ Reader coming off of a quad injury, right? Like you look at all the people coming off injuries and stuff, and granted, you hoping that they ready by week 1, you hoping that they up to par, you hoping that when it's a dress rehearsal, they show up and perform. But yeah, I'm looking at this with the idea that I expect my bar to be low because it's preseason game week 1, and those games are usually strange.
But what was his saying coming out when he got drafted?
Who's that?
What was
Levi?
Levi? What did Levi say? And you don't got to use the full because he did use some naughty words. But
I'm trying to remember because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm doing this, but I'm also listening to make sure that this baby don't wake up. So I'm trying to
well,
remember what he said.
I'll enunciate. I want to whoop some mofo's arses.
Yeah,
I am
well
here to kick arse and take names.
he's
Kick
gonna have to
butt and chew
perform.
bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
Yeah, he's gonna have to perform. And again, it's not even just him, it's even Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker needs to
Oh yeah.
have such a good outing because the news about Hendon Hooker has been so negative. Okay, and it had to be that way. Shout out to my man Scrappy Hoops. He says, "Who you think puts the team on their back this year?" I have seen this question before. All right, I have had time to think about it, and to
That's a
me, the
good question.
answer still remains the same. That the person who puts this team on their back is the unlikely person that even I didn't think was going to be it, but it's Jack Campbell. I'm
Oh,
telling you, I watched him in practice every play.
Jack
He
Campbell.
was in on. There was one play Gibbs did this cut. I'm telling you, this cut was so cold. It was so cold. And Jack Campbell, perfect technique, breakdown, dove out, boom, foot tackle. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Jack Campbell's the guy. He's the guy that for me needs to be uh the guy, in terms of put him on his back. And I think he's the guy who's gonna put him on their back, in my opinion. Lester White says Levi said he was here to fuck some stuff up. Yeah, hey,
Yes,
well,
sir. That's exactly what I meant.
he ain't did it yet. But outside of that, yeah, I agree with you. Levi has to show up and perform. I believe that Hendon Hooker has to perform because of all the narratives about him
Yeah.
and stuff that he's not ready. He needs more time and stuff. And I think fans need to be patient.
Yeah.
They was patient
But
with
I
a
mean, it's
receiver.
preseason. It's
It's preseason,
preseason.
100%,
It's
100%.
right. It's time to go. It's time to throw up some fake numbers that don't mean anything and say, look, if I can do it there, I can do it here.
Yeah, I agree. Let me see. Let me sure I give you a little bit more time before I get in our next guest as he sits in the back. I see you, brother. Um, who else? Let me ask you this, because this is one of the biggest things. Give me 3 key points that you're looking for in this game, like 3 things that you're like, hey, I want to see this, and I need to see these as positives, not negatives.
Well, that our DB room has turned around, and the DBs that we brought in that do get to play tonight, make an impact, show something, show that they can do something. I don't care if it's against a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, but they can hang, that they can do things. That this DB room has indeed turned around.
It's funny because one of the names that I'm surprised I haven't heard more from, although he's done many interviews, but I'm not reading a lot of articles, like that's like making you be like, ooh, ah. It's
Mhm.
Carlton Davis. Now, don't get me wrong. Carlton Davis to me is a faster version of Cam Sutton. Why do I say that? Because I am a Lions fan, but I'm also a fan of the
Okay.
Seahawks and the Bucks. Don't you come at me. I've explained this story many times. All right.
Yes, he has. Yes,
So
he has.
so what
Bucks
I'm
fan.
saying is I've watched Carlton Davis, right? I
Oh,
saw him when he had that really good season. I remember how it was lined up. I saw those things, right? And Carlton Davis, when I watched him in practice, I was just like, oh, okay. Like
and
I
he
didn't get
came in.
nothing. I didn't
Remember
get
his
anything.
interview? Does everyone remember his interview when
Well,
he
yeah, I
came in?
definitely I remember his interview when he came in because
Man,
I
he
was
is
not
so
really too thrilled.
contradictive.
Yeah, he
Like
came.
he said one thing and then he's like, but I like to let my actions speak. But you were just talking all this mad smack, basically saying you are the next Deion Sanders in the Detroit Lions uniform with glasses on in a room.
Hey, well, if that be the case, then good. I don't know if that be the truth, but if it is, then it's even better. Let me get to my next guest, John. I want to give you your moment because I appreciate you rocking with me and supporting me. So I want to give you your moment. you got down of the three. You want to see the secondary show improvement. You obviously want to see Levi Onwuzurike show up, and the third one was
I want to see Hendon Hooker complete good passes. Little bit of everything. We know he's got an arm, so I don't think we need to see him throw a bomb. But if he does, awesome. But good decision making, good intermediate throws, good short throws. Put it where it needs to be. Know your weapons where they need it, where they want it.
okay.
And the kicker. And the kicker.
Oh,
Final extra point.
Yeah, listen, he missed a few. I'm just gonna tell the truth. He missed a few.
I know. I want to see it. We brought him in. There was a bunch of hype. Go earn it, young man, and go Detroit Lions.
All right, I appreciate you, John. And again, the link to jump on the show is in there. All you need is some type of device with a microphone on it, and you can get in on this show. Next up, we got my man Bandit in the building. Bandit, what up, dude? Bandit, you muted. You got on no, not that mic on the actual program. You muted yourself on the program. Can I unmute you? Let me see if I can unmute you. No, I can't unmute you. I can't unmute you. Oh, yes, I can. I can now. I unmuted you. No, I still can't hear you. What's going on?
What up, though?
There you go. All right, there you go.
So,
my bad.
Over here.
What up, Luke? What's going on, brother? I see you've been over there grinding, knocking out shows, putting in work.
Yeah, got to, man. Got to.
If you didn't know, he's out here getting it in. Bandit, man, listen. Obviously, it's week one for the Lions season in terms of the preseason. They're going against the Giants. I need three things you're going to be focusing on for this game in particular.
Three things I'm focused on this game is one, that defensive line.
Okay.
See who stand out, who show up, who don't. Two, the wide receiver room. Behind Amon-Ra St. Brown, J-Mo, Khalif. Who gonna step up and take their spot? Is DPJ finally gonna do something, or is he on his way out the door? Is Fontaine, aka Fountain, gonna do what he been doing in practice and show up? Is Antoine Green? Is his name Antoine? Is Green gonna take that next big step this year? I'm almost sure. Yeah. Is he gonna take that next big step this year? I'm looking for that. And then my third thing is our second tight end. Like, I know we got Brock Wright and we got Laporta, but is Brock Wright really the answer? The only reason why we re-signed Brock Wright because we didn't want to give him to the 49ers. So I want to see who's going to take that big step at the tight end position.
I feel like the little bit I've seen from Brock Wright has made me go, okay, I feel good about it. But the guy that I was like really upset about and still annoyed by is the tight end number 3, number 82 himself,
James Mitchell.
I don't know if we're going to be able to carry that.
You got to take a big step in these next preseason games because we ain't heard nothing from him. Nothing from him at all.
And a lot of that, I'm telling you the reason, a lot of that you're not hearing is simply because media has focused and zeroed in on storylines that get them clicks, right? Like, if it gets them clicks, that's the story that they're going to push and tell, right? Even if you go on ESPN right now, if you look at the depth chart, they got Nate Stubblefield number 2, Hendon Hooker number 3, right? And
that's a problem. Luke, I know that's your boy, but that's a problem. If he ain't take that bigger step to show out over Nate Stubblefield, that's a problem.
This is the other thing I look at. Remember, there's politics in this thing called sports, right?
Yeah, we got absolutely.
Okay, so is it that he didn't take the next step, or is it that he's genuinely doing the same thing that J-Mo did? Remember, J-Mo came off an injury, got suspended for some games, and did not look like much. And as the season progressed, because he got reps, he did better. It's a reason why Dan Campbell kept saying reps, more reps, because it does makes a difference. And so for a guy coming back off an injury that he has, you got to trust not only your knee, but you got to trust that them legs is back underneath you and for you to do things a little different.
Absolutely. Okay? That's why I don't think they're going to be doing deep balls this year. I think they're going quick releases, quick slants, quick routes so he can get comfortable, build his confidence up. And then maybe the next couple of preseason games, we can see the deep ball. But I don't think they're going to be doing deep balls like they in practice because they're not getting hit in practice. And I don't think they're going to take that chance for him sitting back there 6 seconds, taking the chance to get hit. So I don't think they're going to be doing the deep ball. This is a confidence booster for him. It's like,
well, it's going to have to be. And honestly, in my opinion, if he wasn't hurt, I would say that
they would throw the whole
similar to Hendon Hooker having to take that step. I would say that they need to play Marcus Davenport because he hasn't done anything to be warranted veteran treatment.
I honestly feel like they need to play everybody on that defensive line besides Hutch, McNeil, and Reader. Everybody else, you gotta play.
I mean, that's even fair. And even you put it that way, Broderick Martin got to show up. David Bada, that's his damn name I'm thinking about. David Bada was showing some stuff in practice. I know he ain't gonna make the team though, but I saw some things from him in practice. That's his damn name, David Bada. Boy, I couldn't remember that name to save my life. But yeah, I don't disagree with the idea that you should have every last one of them, playing. And brother, I see you in the back. Don't dip on me now. I see you back there. All right.
I can't be that long anyway. I gotta get ready for a show.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, bro. But I do want to ask you this question though, because as you get ready to do your show, or whatever, right? Tell the people they can find your show at 1, and 2. Tell me, if I'm a new subscriber, tell me why I need to be checking out your channel.
All right, you can find me at Detroit Fan Report on YouTube and on Twitter. And if you reason why to watch our show, it's uncut, unscripted, live. Like we got the live clips, we got everything we bring in. Man, it's just check it out, man. It's live over there. Luke been on there a couple times, man. I got Sky, Tori. Oh, Tori, you want me to tell you? Don't forget about that JMO bet.
I ain't forgot about it. He listen. I figured he was gonna be hyped the moment I saw all these stories coming out about practice, not a game, practice. And I was at those practices watching him still catch the passes with his body. So we go, and the Lions have strategically put the clips out to show him running past everybody, not realizing it makes the people like us who's doing this question, well, what the hell going on with our secondary?
Absolutely, but yeah.
So I'm just saying, but yeah, to tell him I ain't forget, just make sure he don't forget. I don't want him don't turn the Casper on me now. All right.
That was Tori. Tori was she.
Hey, I feel you, bro. Hey, have a good man. I'll be coming in and listening shortly, man. And as always, man, it's a pleasure having you on.
Hey man, like I wouldn't start this without you, so you already know I'm always gonna shoot. I moved my show back because I seen your show was going on. I said, let me move my time back and let my man get out his shine.
Hey, look, I was
he had his Cutlass parked in the garage. Let him stun on the street for a day.
I was trying to do it earlier, bro. I couldn't get off work fast enough. Then when I got home, I'm like, okay, baby, gotta eat. Wife tired. I got this. I can do this.
Hey, I told my girl, I ain't gonna lie. I told my girl, you picking up the kids today.
I hear that, brother, man.
I'll be home after the game, so.
Hey, you have a good show, good sir, and I'll be listening. I'll be over there a little bit soon to listen in, man.
No doubt, Luke.
All right. Again, that's my man Bandit, man. Appreciate that, brother. He out here working hard, getting it in too. And again, the reason I'm asking these questions, and if you in the chat listening, you can type it in. Tell me, give me the number one thing you're gonna be looking for. What are you expecting to see? What do you want to see? What is that one thing that makes you go, yeah, I need that? What's the one sign that lets you know we are right at that position? They're a position of concern for you. All those need to be answered. And if we can address those, we there. Let me bring in my next guest, Mac Walker Jr. in the building. What up, though?
What up, dog? What's good?
Man, I'm saying, where the championship belt at?
It's gonna come out of retirement soon.
Okay, all right. Then tell me something good. Talk to me, man. Obviously the offseason has been, I'm gonna say short because in past years, I would think that it took so long to get back, but now that we got a damn team, not to mention we're one of the top 5 teams on Madden now. Good luck with me getting my damn Lions.
Right.
But talk to me, man. What are you expecting to look for in tonight's game?
All right. Well, first and foremost, the title will be coming out because I will be in-house season opener when we come smack around Stafford and the Rams.
So
we'll be bringing that title out for that.
Okay, well, you listen. I believe we're gonna smack the Rams around too. I know Stafford may have some other words for it, but Stafford got to be getting tired of his wife embarrassing him. So at some point, he gonna have to slap something out of her. But that's not the point.
Well, we know that's an attention seeker story for me because I don't understand what purpose telling that story serves. So
not one. Why
you run around telling people, oh yeah, I was messing with the backup because I wanted to make him mad? Like, no, whatever. But anyway, for me, I said 3 things earlier, but I'm gonna switch it up. Because somebody made me think about the one thing that actually is a big deal to me. How does Hendon Hooker look in real game action? Finally,
yeah.
So that's the thing I'm looking at. The other thing, your man that just got hopped off,
Bandit.
Yeah, the wide receiver group, definitely gonna be checking that out, because who wants that WR3 or WR4 spot? You know, like, who gonna take it? And then the third thing is kind of a mixture of things. I could say the secondary, I could say the D line, but at the end of the day, the core of it, I wanted to see, like, who wants to get on, not only get on the team and get a spot, but who wants to make a difference on the defense.
Facts.
Like, who's going to go out there? If you're in the secondary, all right, I'm not letting wide receivers burn me for 40-yard plays. I'm not letting the quarterback sit back there and call his girlfriend and check on his kids. You know, if I'm on the D-line, like, that's what I'm looking at. Who is going to do that on the defense? And then, you know, like I said, Hooker and then the wide receivers.
Yeah, I'm 100% picking up what you putting down, and I think that everybody's wanting to see Hooker. I think ironically though, they're going to start Nate Studfield. I genuinely believe they're going to start Nate Studfield.
Yeah, I gave up on the Studfield part. I seen your tweet. I don't understand. Well, that might have been somebody else, but I don't understand. Like, I know he's familiar with the team, but outside of that, I don't understand the reason of bringing him back. Like, if Goff goes down and he's the backup, like, do you really think he can go out there and hold it down? Because I'm pretty sure everybody outside of y'all do not believe that, not even 2%. So
yeah, I that's the thing that blows my mind. We're out here acting like, hey, if Goff goes down, we're better off with Sudfield. What did he show you? What has he shown anybody to say, you know what, we're better off with Sudfield?
I ain't gonna lie, my whole opinion with Sudfield, as bad as people have been saying things are, I would still throw Hooker out there before I throw Sudfield out there. As bad as that may sound, with him messing up, because at the end of the day, it's a lose-lose anyway. So why not see if you get lucky? And
honestly, I'm happy that they're saying that he's not doing well. And I'm going to tell you why. I feel like if they said, oh, he's doing so great, he's killing it, this guy looks miles ahead, everybody, he looks great and amazing, it creates another narrative where the moment that Goff throws an interception, and he will throw one, everybody's putting in Hooker. At this point, people, the Lions have made it up in their mind that this is what they want to do. They want to go forward with this. They're paying their players and they're giving their guys the deals that they think are good. And I'm okay with that part of it. I'm not okay with us still lacking in other areas on the defense, but I'm with you. In live action, I need for Hendon Hooker to make the pundits talk about something different. I need them to go have them talk about the tight end or the kicker or anything like that. And shout out to my big homie, Detroit's own Big Will, who says, I want to see the kicker. I want to see what the kicker got. I can tell you he's missed a lot of kicks in practice.
Yeah,
he's made some good ones, but again, there are some other factors that go into it, with one of them being we're outside. So I can't tell you what he did in the dome, but outside, he missed a few kicks. Okay.
Outside of that, like I said, I think that the main thing as far as can we go to Super Bowl, can we win a Super Bowl, I think all that pretty much revolves around the defense side of the ball. Because on the offense side, it's just, you know, there's some question marks. Will J-Mo step up? Who's our wide receiver 3? You know, we probably could use some more offensive line depth. But those question marks aren't as big as, can the secondary stop getting burnt? Can the defensive line get enough pressure? I think those question marks, like, are more glaring. And if our defense can at least be middle of the pack, hands down, if we're not Super Bowl champions, we're in the Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah, and it really does boil down to those other adjustments and stuff. I mean, you know, Brad Holmes has been working to try to get the defensive issues resolved. I personally think he could have added a little bit more help to our defense and stuff. I think the Bears got a guy, Booker, who would have been perfect for the Lions. And you know, we opted to trade up and take a project lineman. So, all right, you know, who's not going to play at all this year. Yeah. And so I'm just urging fans to be patient. Just watch for the development. I can tell you this much, that when looking at that D line, Again, even Bart Simpson had Millhouse. Like seriously, Brian had Stewie, right? Who in the hell do Aiden Hutchinson got?
The other thing I don't like is I haven't been hearing anything about James Houston. Like,
see, I can tell you this much. This just from what I've seen at the practices. That's a good thing because he's been getting back there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been getting back there. In fact, a few times where the crowd was all clapping because it was a big play down the field, he would have been sacked by that standard. James Houston got back there quick. He had one move where he went outside on Penei Sewell and he did this like spin inside, and Sewell was trying to do it, but by the time that happened, he was already back there and just ran past the quarterback. Then he had another rep where I saw him just get completely washed out in a rushing attack. And another one where he was going against Penei Sewell, and Penei Sewell locked him completely out. But then again, it's Penei Sewell. So, right. I expect him to lock people out. That's what I expect to see. But I think the reason you're not hearing a lot of talk about him is because a lot of people are focusing in on Terrion, who has somehow turned himself into a fan favorite because he knows how to talk and he's more open. I mean, hell, he even had a TikTok or Instagram video where he's talking about his first conditioning test. And he's like, man, that thing ain't no joke. These boys really trying to win a Super Bowl, So that guy is really becoming the guy that the fans are going to like. The problem is when you talk that much, you better show up because this is one of the most unforgiving fan bases I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, I can't speak for the whole fan base, but I'm going to speak for myself. When it comes to him, yeah, it would be nice for him to pop right out the gate, but when have we been that lucky, right?
Correct.
So as long as I see steady progression throughout the season from him, I'm okay with that. You go out there, your first game, you give up a player or two, fine, whatever, it happens, even the veterans. But as week 1, 2, 3, 4 starts to pile up and you start to get more actual game reps, I want to see growth. If you look the same the whole entire year, that's a problem for me.
I'm also going to be looking at, because one of the issues I was having when going to these practices, I didn't really see a receiver that Hendon Hooker had like a close connection with. You know what I mean? Right. It wasn't like he was playing with Amon-Ra and J-Mo. He was playing with like Khalif Raymond and Antoine Green and, Fontaine or like he was playing with those kind of guys. And I don't know, he was really doing a lot of check downs, and people was clowning for like, oh, he's checking down the people open, and his anticipation was there. He had one pass that was so horrible. I mean, it was horrible. It was way underthrown, and
like Jared Goff when he first got here. Remember,
but that's what I'm saying. We forget so fast what it looks like and stuff. And so he didn't have that spunk. But I can tell you this much, that I watched him throw a bunch of dimes. So for he threw 2 interceptions in practice, but he'll throw 4 dimes. I'm talking about beautiful balls that nobody can catch but the receiver.
Right.
So, you got to pick your poison, and tonight's game is going to give you a chance to see that. But unfortunately, he's not going to get in until about the third. I'm going to be looking at who they start off the back. It don't mean much, but it lets me know how to track it. And even in fact, hell, in a few, I'm going to have to shut this down because I got to go grab my stuff for the game. I know it's preseason, but it's football, y'all.
Start Hooker. You know what you got in Sudfeld. So
yeah, and that's why I'm going to be looking to see if they start Hooker over Sudfeld.
Right.
But my soul says it's going to be Sudfeld. And if they start Hooker over him, my only thing is I'm going to be super vigilant and watching everything he do. Where's his feet at? How is his decision making? What is he coming up with? Because I can assure you that that's going to be what everybody's going to be looking at on top of those rookie corners.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. What time is the game?
7:00 Eastern Standard, Channel 2 if you're in Michigan, and I forgot the other channels based on time zones. Now, I do want to ask people this. I'm going to put a poll up. Let me put this poll up real quick because I want y'all opinion. It matters to me. And if you're still in the chat with me, please do the poll. Do you like my new introduction? I did a new introduction for this year. My goal is to try to do a new one every time a new season come around. I'm gonna play that. Let me know what you think, Mac. Just hang right there, and we're gonna see how this thing go. Let me know if you think about the new introduction, bro.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
I mean, what you think? What you think? What you think?
I can rock with that.
What you think? You think that one? Let me get this. I gotta get this one because to all my people out there with more than 3 kids, man, talk to me. Beatty Brother says, "Hey Luke, I delivered my daughter 2 years ago in the jet tub, bro. Oh my! Let me tell you something. If she would have started crowning before we got to the hospital, I would have told them to send 2 ambulances. I ain't built for that, bro. I ain't built for that. You can spit near me, and I'm probably gonna pass out, bro. I ain't built for it. Well, hell, you should have saw me when the baby was being born. I was so close to the rail, like, don't you pass out, don't you dare do it.
I salute you and everybody else that got more than one, because I got one, and I'm comfortable with my one. I got my one championship. I'm hanging my jersey up, and I'm.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, bro.
Like listen, that my one taught me, you not built to have more than one.
Hey, bro, I ain't mad at you, but he says, my man Beatty Brother says, I figured they're a grippy enough for a football. Why not a baby? I have 5. Shout out to you, sir. You a real hero. Yeah, but I'm curious what y'all think about the introduction, man. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's cool. I love the unis. So you know you got the unis in the intro. Like I have no problem with it whatsoever.
Now I don't know if y'all remember the old one. I can what's the word I can use for it? I can bring you up to par on the old one. But yeah, I'm playing around with switching it out ever so often. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what my profile pictures. I change them up very so often. I get tired of looking at the same one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta switch it up just a little bit, man. You ain't gotta go crazy, but you know, just switch it up a little bit. This was the original one right here. Oh, wait, did it go? All right, that was that one, right? I went from that one all the way up to, was it this one I went to? I'll make sure I don't mess this one up now, because I know I have a tendency to switch the game. Where is it at? Was it? No, it wasn't this one. This one can't be. Let me see. Let me see this.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
All right, that was another one. All right. I just want people to tell me, man. I'm out here fighting for you, the people, man. Yeah. I'm out here fighting for you, the people, so I can get this thing right. All right. Those are just a few. I even had this one. Let's see if this one. Oh, it's not playing. What y'all doing with me? Come on, quit playing with me now. All right, hold on. I gotta go back. It's not playing. I think I made a mistake, y'all. Hold on. We're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it right. Damn it, play. All right, you know what? Oh, I might got to take something out. Let me take something out. Hold on, people. Let me take something out. Let me take something out. Let me see. All right, let me see if it's going to play now. If it don't play now, I don't know what to tell you. Let's see. We're going to see if this thing want to work with me on this one.
Welcome to Detroit. Hey, they gonna feel us today. We play our brand of football. We like
Fight me. Which one you like, man? You know which one you like? The new one or some of the old ones? Let me know, man. I probably play around with all of them. I got another one. I'm trying to save it for the very, very opening day. But I wanted your opinion, man. The poll is up. Let me know what you think. I want to make sure I hit on a few more things before I kind of roll it over and hit questions from the chat, because chat start dropping them questions for me. Anything you want to know, what I'm looking for, what I think about the game, what I think about players. I was at a few of those practices. Shout out to one of my good buddies who had VIP access, and that was different. Usually you go to practice, you go, you watch. I went, they were feeding me nice meals. I was like, oh, that's what we get? Get to see and talk to players. Okay, cool. Right. But what do you think, man? You like the new one, you like some of the old ones. What you think about that? And then let me know what else you got for this game coming up, man.
Plus the new one, because it was a good combination of visuals plus the music. So I think for me, I will probably rock with the new one.
Yeah, I mean, look, the new one, I wanted to send a message.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it in such a way that a message was sent. That it's go time, people. When you come to this show, it's go time. We in business, we punching in. Hey, shout out to my man, One Funky Lions fan. He says, my 10-year-old started dancing for that new one. I think he liked that one. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. Hey, 100% appreciate it for real. Hey, I'm playing around with it. As you can see, I've made many different intros based on the years. This is the one I'm gonna probably rock with for the year. I took that approach because I felt like when the Pistons were getting ready to win that championship, they had to go to work, and I feel like the Lions are embodying that go to work attitude with the high expectations, and so that's why I got the clock punching in and showing those visuals, and then showing us in the stadium, and so that's what it was. Now, it's 1:18. I think I ain't got to pick that order up no time. Well, I probably do. I ain't gonna lie to you. My brother got himself something to eat so he can watch the game in peace. In peace, I'm gonna be holding my little man with the other two hanging off of me, eating my wings. Okay. Listen, in case you are in the Metro Detroit area right now, I'm from Team East Side of Detroit. Don't y'all dare judge me and don't at me, okay? But for the people who don't mind the drive, you gotta go to a place called Pop Chicken in Madison Heights. It is located off of 12 Mile Road in DeQuinder. It is Asian fried chicken. I have lost my mind when I found this place. I am driving there to go get my order in a few. For me to drive is about 20 minutes. It's worth it for me. That's how good that damn chicken is, okay? And if you are in that area or you're driving by, check out Pop Chicken. Just want to put it out there. Just so y'all can eat good. All right. Last note I want to have, because this is something that's going to come up in this preseason game that people are going to watch. There's going to be some players who is going to really stand out. I need you to really pay attention. Are they going against twos or threes? Because even in practice, Justin Jefferson had a few nice runs, and in the joint practice, he had a few nice runs. Okay? The question is now going to become, who is he doing this against? And does that warrant him to keep his spot? The other thing that we have not talked about is the new kickoff rule. In practice, I saw some things that I don't even want to share in case somebody from the opposition is looking, but I didn't realize how creative you can get with this new kickoff rule. I hate the new onside kick rule because I think that's just stupid, right? I gotta announce to you I'm doing an onside kick. Like, come on, get real. But two, the new kickoff rule I thought was gonna be some BS, but I saw the Lions doing some strange things that had me like, oh, this is gonna be a problem. And when I say that they were using everybody back there was getting used, not just Khalif Raymond. Vikey was not just the only one back there. Justin Jefferson wasn't the only one back there. They had Jahmyr Gibbs back there. They had J-Mo back there. And some of the stuff that they was doing, I was like, yo, that what? Now, mind you, they were doing this on this particular day because it was a media day. But when I tell you that this one thing that they did, and I know for a fact they're going to do this in the game, this coming season, they're going to do this in a game, and it's going to be nuts. We need to pay attention to this new kickoff rule. Pay attention to who's the returner, right? Pay attention to how they're blocking, how they're adapting to it, all right? And more importantly, I want you to pay attention to the average yards gained on the new kickoff rule. Because this stuff that I just saw them do in practice. This was some wild stuff, people. I was like, yo, what? Like, I'm glad I'm not running down the field because I'd have been so damn lost and confused with what they pulled off. I'm like, bro, they can do that? Is that legal? Like, that's what I saw. So just putting that out there. So one more thing before we jump out of here. Shout out to my man Noel. He says, fire, appreciate it. One more thing before I get up out of here, because I'm also going to be going live after the game. And that show is going to be about what I saw in the game and about you, what you saw in the game. So please make sure you join me. I'm putting the link in there quick. So I want people to jump in, talk about the game. We talk about it, get in and get out. And then on tomorrow, I plan to go live again where I start to address who, in my opinion, deserves another shot before being cut. Because them cuts finna get real. Okay, so just want to put it up, but before I do that, I do want to ask you, Mac, just one last question. Because I know you say you gave me your 3 things, but this is more importantly one of the better things for you. What do you plan on eating as you watching this game, brother?
Ooh, I don't know if it's gonna be anything special this time around, man. I already been munching throughout the day, so we're gonna have to see. But I don't know. I think I got some chicken Alfredo in the fridge, so you know.
Oh man, damn! Is it Cajun?
No, but I got some Cajun seasoning.
Okay, well, but listen, man, don't skip on them. Don't listen. If you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoned. Don't skip on it now. All right. And again, I want to put it out there, man, because like I said, this show is about the people. It's for the people, and it's fun for the people. And again, I do got to go grab some grubs because I don't want to move when the game come on. I'm gonna have my little notepad, writing my notes and watching the game.
Yeah. All right.
So
all season, so don't be bothering me when you see the game on.
Man, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, bro. It was in my vows when I got married. That was in my vows. Like, hey, all commercials, feel free to talk to me. When the game is on, I don't hear you no more. Okay. If the house is on fire, put the fire out and let me know when the commercial come on. Okay. That's how I'm feeling about it. You know what I mean? I don't want to rain on nobody's parade, but hey.
And I'm a little upset too, because like I said, I told you I'm going to the season opener, but I'm a little upset because my wife is going out of town in November and she's going to a Lions game. She gets to watch them play the Texans.
Ooh.
And I'm like, you don't even watch football.
It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we need that better half to go and represent for us, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes you need them. Then you know what else you can get. You know, them NFL players be looking for those women, so you might get you some autograph stuff. You never know.
Right. I mean, it's
you never know.
Fun with family. I'll be at home with the kid and everything. So no, I'm just playing. It's cool.
I ain't mad at you, bro. Give the people a final word before I get into my final thought for the day before I get this thing going. And again, I will be going live after the game.
Okay. Well, my last thing is just, root for the team, support the team as usual, and don't judge stuff too early in the early part of the season, myself included. because I did it with Gibbs, and then that man hit the ground running once the Raider game happened. Like just be patient and let the chips fall first before we start making judgment.
100%. Like I know that we're excited, but we got to keep it in perspective. This is a scrimmage. It does not count.
Right.
Okay. It does not count. I will remind everybody every single time we was 4-0 in the preseason and went 0-16. Just food for thought.
Jeez.
All right. Good people, you know me. I can't end the show unless I do it on a positive note. And today's positive quote comes from the internet. Don't know who said it, but I always enjoy when I find a good one and share it with you. And I think this one applies today. It says, "Don't be ashamed of your mistakes. Be ashamed if you aren't learning from them." You see, I've learned this thing, accountability, is becoming more and more powerful. I think too often we get caught up in people trying to talk about responsibility, but accountability is bigger. You see, you make a mistake, they're meant to happen. When you were learning how to ride a bike, you made mistakes. You hit your leg with the paddle 100 times. You fell off and scraped the knee. It was hell to take care of those things. But you got back up and you did it again. You learned from it to the point where you didn't hit your leg with the paddle. Some of y'all went out and got jobs and you were excited to work there and you thought this was great. And you quickly learned that this was a bunch of BS. This is not the relationship you want to be in, and you moved on. Kudos to you. But it's those times where you just keep thinking you get to cheat the system. It's the time where you don't learn from the mistake, when you don't accept the results of the mistake and say, you know what, this is a mistake. Let me get out. I'm encouraging you to keep pushing forward. You see, you can't grow unless you're willing to water into the reality that you are in. That's a scary one right there. That's a quote from me. You can't grow until you water into the reality from which you are in. And if you're not willing to learn from the mistakes, then be ashamed of them, because at that point, something is not right. But if you can learn from the mistake, then shame should never follow. If you can learn from the mistake, then you don't have to worry about what comes next, because you've already learned the lesson. You've already had the experience to not make this thing a repeat. Some people don't get the opportunity to learn from the mistake, but if you got the chance to learn from mistake, make it count. Hold yourself accountable and live and grow in the reality that you are in. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. We back into the football season. If you want to attempt to try to beat me in some college football, feel free to leave a message on here with your PlayStation name, and I will be more than happy to embarrass you with Michigan State. All right. Madden comes out a little bit after, and after about a week, I'll let you know what it is on that as well. But if anything else comes up, don't do nothing else. Don't forget to be great and be in your all-aspiring self. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research. I'm out. I'll see you after the game.